Are you lonely?
Yes, very much so.
What's your self-talk in your lonely moments, or
It's just a lot of shame and sadness and hurt. Like and it feels like nobody wants me, nobody cares for me because I'm lonely from the place of where's my person? I want my person for me, and it's like here I am, 37. I don't have that person. What am I doing? I have this house, and it's just me and Boomy, and I love Boomy to death, but it's just me and her.
were you the girl that said at this age I want to be married?
Oh, I definitely want to be married, and I want to have kids, and I want to have 3 kids. But where I'm at right now, I'm not even worried about that anymore.
You feel like the clock ticking?
I feel like biological clock is ticking in that aspect as far as like kids or what have you. So I'm not stressing myself on that.
All right, shall All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. Salakia. This is the brother Shaquat Rakha coming from Great Millstone, Tampa, coming back at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And Salakia. First and foremost, before I start this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory that's due to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah Bahasham, Rakakadash. All right, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah being the true names of the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son. All right, written in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, who this world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. And I also want to give double honors unto our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, taught us the truth and ruleth well. And today this is gonna be quick, honestly, because just gonna go into the prophecy of Isaiah 4 and 1, which, me personally, I like to, the spirit on me, I like to just go into prophecy because, and brothers, we love women, but I don't like to I don't really like to do videos, on women, but we gotta touch up on all these things, all right, because hey, we see what's going on around the world. Um, you know, see what's going on out there in the Middle East, which everything that's going on out there is gonna lead to the biblical prophecy of World War III, right? Okay. And the Lord talked about how he's gonna bring plagues to this place, great tribulation, calamities, and distress. All right, and the times we coming into, you know, if you don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you through. And a lot of these women, they're through. Okay, and the spirit been on our apostles and elders. They could go into the MOTB. They could go into a breakdown of Ezekiel 38. And the spirit hop on them, Isaiah 4:1, because that's the times we in. And I was on the phone with the brother Tazama last night. As I was on the plantation, bro was like, yeah, bro, we in the beginning stages of Isaiah 4:1. And we definitely are, if you can see that, through the spirit, man. And Shalom Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shabbat, that brother. All right, but as you see in the title, this is from a GMS inspiration of the Almighty, the brother Michaela. Slaki if I pronounce your name wrong. I definitely subscribe, tune in, subscribe, be edified. But as you see in the title, Isaiah 4:1 gets closer every day. Okay, and the brother of Ball, Shalom Yahweh Bashmi on Shabbat, that brother, he touched upon it as well. And look. This is all my just my light videos. You see, look, Isaiah 4:1. This is Apostle. I was watching this not too long ago. Isaiah 4:1, Isaiah 4:1. So we in that time, man. All right. We in that time, and these women, they're gonna be looking for men, and really, these women gonna be looking for you, brothers. All right, the men of the Lord. All right, because the Lord said, well, he gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. All right, and we're in the beginning stages of that because everybody sees it, bro. You know, niggas, bro. These niggas don't have Yahweh Bashmi shot and sluggy for my. I'm trying to have more of a clean speech, but these dudes don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. And If you don't got the Lord, you see the spirit that's on these dudes. You know, these dudes have no emotional stability. First and foremost, they ain't serving the Lord. They got effeminate ways. They got no emotional stability, no stability at all, honestly. All right. But the men of the Lord, they're the highest value men walking on earth. You brothers, you the highest value men walking on this earth. You know, forget a damn little baby, a LeBron James, a Drake, a Floyd Mayweather. Them niggas through, man. You brothers, you are the highest value man walking on the earth right now, man. All right. And it's gonna manifest. It's manifesting day by day. You shining every day. All right. And these women gonna cleave. And you know, brothers, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. You got a woman, or if you don't got a woman, I don't even worry about it. Just chill. Don't even trip about it, cause they're coming. They're gonna come. Trust me, man. And that's what and Apostle R you put out claim these women, man. That's something I be doing. I go out, I see something I like, you claim. And if you know, if Yahweh Bash me out shall let it be, he'll let it be, man. If not, oh well. But they're coming. All right. And this is also prophecy as well. But you know, throughout the times we coming into, Isaiah 4:1 is gonna be the least thing we worried about, man. You know, because we gonna be worried about because it's all about leadership, really. 'Cause that's why Isaiah 4:1. Which let me just grab the scripture. I wanted to grab Micah 7. You know, because she made a point. She is shame, which she's through, and that's the average so-called black woman, and the so-called black woman is through. In which there's a balance. There's some decent ones out there, but as a whole, the so-called black woman is through. The so-called black woman is the least dateable woman on earth. All right, but let me grab this real quick. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And it says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Slack you. And that number 7 goes into completion. So we coming into a time because right now we in the you know, we're in Babylon, you know, America, which is westernized. You know, they push out monogamy. You're just supposed to be with one woman and one woman only. If you go into the Bible, the prophets, the forefathers, they had more than one woman. And one of the commandments was what? To be fruitful and multiply. How the hell can you do that with one woman? You know, and I talked to some certain females. I have female friends, and they all in that Babylonian mindset. They just supposed to be with one man. They not sharing, which you're gonna share a man in that day, okay? But these women have it. They think that you know they just gonna have one man tied down to them. You know, you supposed to have an Israelite man is supposed to have more than one woman, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as that woman doesn't have a man, okay? But you women, you can't do that, okay? That's what they get it confused at, man. And these women in that mindset, oh, I ain't sharing no man. You gonna learn to share a man in that day, especially when ain't no, because it's gonna be a famine coming to this place, a famine on all aspects. It's gonna be first and foremost a famine of hearing these words, also a shortage on food, right? And there's gonna be a shortage of men out here because a lot of these niggas they getting sent off the war, and then when they get sent off, they're not making it back, bro. Which let me just grab that real quick. Second Esdras, they're not making it back, man. And a lot of these niggas they're gonna die. Because ultimately they ain't serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. But this second Esdras, chapter 16, yeah, I'll start in verse 33. The point is in 34. It says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So like having no helpers. So there's gonna be a shortage of men out here. Okay. And the only man that's gonna be out here left is the men of the Lord that wholeheartedly, sincerely believe on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And the apostles going to how it's gonna be a time we're coming to a time we literally gonna have to beat these women off of us, man. Okay. You know, these women, they got the liberties, right? They got liberty, they got these different rights, these different benefits. So they look down, bro, especially so called black women, they look down on Jake. Really, all these women in general, you try to step on them. Oh, he's weird. How the hell that's weird? I think you look good. You know, I think we could vibe. I want to know your name, your number. I want to know if you got a man or not. I want to know if you got a man. Okay, but and then it got to it's at a point now. You had a women's talking about how they go to the club and no man's approaching them, right? They talk and there was a I believe it was a church. They was having I forgot what the shit was called. Is it some matchmaker thing, some dating thing, long story short, but it said it was just straight women in there. No man was in there. And all the women in there had no man. And guess who was in there? So-called black women. And really the so-called black women, the so-called Latino women, the so-called Native American women, all these women are through. But it's mainly the so-called black women, man. Okay? But it says in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed and their husbands shall perish of famine. And yeah, a lot of these dudes they just gonna perish, all right? And a lot of you women gonna get the stiff on, okay? But let me go back to that book of Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And like I said, I ain't gonna make this lesson too long. But it says in that day, and what day when all our hell breaks loose, it says 7 women shall take hold of one man. So women, you women, you gonna be sharing a man. It could be 2 women, 3 women, 144 women, 100 women, 50 women. We don't know how the Lord's gonna do it. All right, but he's gonna do it. As he says, it says, saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And how they gonna do that? Through sex. Okay? And the elders is going into the elder Ash, I'm Shalom Yahweh Bashim, shout out that Rakatah the elder. It was going into how they gonna have it to where because these women gonna be getting drafted too. And they're gonna have it to where the only way you won't be getting sent off is if you get pregnant. And we coming to a time, brothers, women gonna be begging us to get them pregnant, bro. So they won't have to go off to that war. So that's the times we into it. And the Lord's doing a great humbling to these women. We're in the beginning stages of Isaiah 4 and 1. All right, in which and I have to throw this out there too through the spirit, which is not, Isaiah 4 and 1 is not no damn music video where you're gonna have bottles of Yun Yun and Don Julio, pouring liquor on booty cheeks and shit. No, man, because there's a great multitude. Because yeah, we got the 144,000, which that's what us brethren are striving to be. But you got a great multitude, and we don't know how huge that number is, but it says what a great multitude of women, because the Lord has women He gonna save 1/3. He gonna have women that's gonna be saved through you, brothers, women and children and men, friends of the elect, family members and just individuals that believe on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right. So it's really all about leading because we're gonna be many saviors in that day because brothers gonna have spiritual power, they're gonna have abundance. The scripture's going to abundance, bro. That's not just for one person. All right, because the multitude got to be taken care of too. So the Lord is going to use you, whatever brother's watching this, man. The Lord's going to use you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. The Lord's going to use you, first and foremost, to exalt His name, and exalt the believers, man. He's going to use you as a testimony to the believers to believe on His name, to believe on His power, man, to believe on Him. So that's why the Lord's going to use you to do miracles. All right, use you to do some. Come on, brother's gonna get spiritual power, bro. The scripture's going to, and that day thy people shall be willing. When all that hell breaks loose, man, what you think a woman see a do is see a brother with spiritual power, man, she gonna be wet down there, man. All right, and even Jake, and be like, yo, how? Hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. But these women are through, and we're getting closer and closer every day, as the title says. in the elders video. All right, but let me grab this as well, because it's really these women, especially the so-called black women. You done ran the so-called Israelite man off, man. You know, even me myself, I didn't got to a point. You know, it's just all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimmy Shag. Like I said, Jake loved women, but I didn't got to a point to where I don't even want to approach these women. I don't even want nothing to do with these women, to be honest, man. You know, they come, they're gonna come though, brother. They're gonna come. You know, but you know, us brethren, we focus on the mission, man. We purpose driven, man. So that shit is nothing, man. But it's coming, man. But Micah 7 in verse 9, the point is in 10. It says, "I will bear the indignation of Yahweh," and that's what we did. You know, all the suffering, the humiliation, and the trials, the tribulations, brothers endured. You know, overcame. You know, that they bear. All that's paying off, man. You know, that's why the spirit been on the our elders. You know, just being confident. You know, rejoicing. You know, it's a heavy time for us to be rejoicing because the things our apostles and elders been saying for 40 years plus. You know, everything the apostles, the elders, the bishops, you know, great millstone, they've been saying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set these men up. It's happening. And guess what? Isaiah 4:1. It's happening. Okay. But everything's getting paid off, man. Okay. All the suffering, you know, we gotta look past that. You know, it's just just endure. You know, as the brother Bun Marakah, Shalom Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that brother. You know, spirit on that brother. Just endure, man. You know, 'cause this is a time for her to rejoice. This winning, this reward season, man. So, man, claim her. Claim. But it says because I have sinned against him. Right, because ultimately we going through, because we don't know what we did in our past life. Um, and ultimately our forefathers went off and we are our forefathers. So that's why we going through what we going through. And truth be told, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Everything we going through, we deserve it. And guess what? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we gonna get through it, man. All right, but it says until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, and that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's speeding up the times. He's showing us the chariot sightings, showing us different signs, and showing us through our daily walk that He's with you. Lord showing all of us, I'm with you, man. You ain't got nothing to worry about. But it says, He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold His righteousness. Here's the point. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. Yeah, the so-called Israelite women. Most importantly, the so-called black women, but all the Israelite women, right? Because we got enemies. These heathens and even our own women is against us, right? But it says, "And shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is Yahweh thy power?" And that's the spirit these women are in, man. It makes me think about Job's wife, man, when she said what? Curse the most high and die. Well, she's through. But that's the mindset of these women, bro. They don't believe in Yahweh. They don't believe in the Lord, bro. But it says, "My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets." Yeah, and check this out. It's a balance because as the mire of the streets, that's what as doodoo, and in the AMP it says like mud of the streets. And you're finding out that you women, you're not the prize. The men are the prize. You know all the fucking mixed signals. You know all the playing games, and I gotta do to pay my nails. I gotta do to pay for this. I gotta do for that. That shit is done away with, man. I got a roster on my phone. I got a nigga for like that shit is done away with, man. Got you want a dude to chase you around and shit. That shit is played out, man. But check this out, and I'm gonna close out with this. Where is that? Isaiah 9. Bear with me. No, it's not. Hold on. Let me do this too and make sure, yeah, make sure that's in the background. I gotta tune into that invisible. Um, bear with me, Slack. Yeah, Isaiah 13. I want to see what it says in a different translation. I don't know why I went in 9, but Isaiah 13. Hmm. I'll just read it in the KJV. Isaiah 13. I'm gonna start in 11. The point is in 12. It says, "And I will punish the evil." Let me read that again, Slack. "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity." Yeah, because this world dwells in nothing but wickedness. Committing adultery, eating abominable foods, being a sodomite. Really rebelling against Yahweh Bashmiel Shah is pleasing to these people. So the Lord's gonna do away with all that shit. All right, but it says, "And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." So, and really, everybody's getting humbled. Okay, which the Lord humbled us, man. We thought we was gonna be something. We thought we was somebody. Man, the Lord humbled us so decent. All right, I'm speaking for all you brothers and you sisters. Lord humbled us so decent. And the water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because I'll be damned if I try to walk around out here proud as hell like I got it figured out. I don't got it figured out, man. I ain't nothing without Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. All right? Everything we went through, the Lord got us through it, man. Lord woke my eyes up, be able to call on him, to pray on his name, man. Man, we ain't nothing without Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. But these people, they think they got it all figured out. And that's where you fuck up. That's where you fuck up at, man. All right, and that's why judgment is going out, man. But here's the point, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold. And it's not talking about just any man. This ain't talking about your local barber. This ain't talking about your local underground SoundCloud rapper. This ain't talking about Floyd Mayweather, a little baby. This ain't talking about Future. You know, this ain't talking about LeBron James and Anthony Edwards. No, it's talking about you, brother. You brothers that's tuned in that wholeheartedly, sincerely believe on his word. He gonna make a physical man more precious than fine gold. And it says what? Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that's the finest piece of gold you could find. And guess what? Lord's gonna make you, brother, like that in that day. All right, scriptures going to how a man's the Lord gonna make a man face to shine. All right, and the value of gold goes up every day. So the value of you brothers is going up every day and every day through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right. But yeah, these women aren't, bro. These women aren't through. Isaiah 4:1. We in the beginning stages getting closer. All right, so you brothers, speak to myself first and foremost, just chill. Keep doing what you do, and keep on believing, keep on rejoicing these beautiful times we in. So hey, with that, Lord's will, I pray this lesson was edifying, and Lord's will, exhorting, all right, to you hopeful elect, to you sincere Akim, and you very few, and I mean you very few Aqua that's tuned in that wholeheartedly, sincerely believe on this word. And once again, before I close out, I want to give all honor and glory that's due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Hakadash. And once again, I want to give double honors to our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and ruleth well. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Yahweh Rak meaning Lord's will, on to the